place. It must have been a beautiful courtyard in the past.
Please excuse me. I am but a scholar from a distant land who had the misfortune of falling into the River of Souls and turned into a member of the dead.
Huh? This one...
Oh, I was... and you.
I'm sorry. I cannot...
I'm well aware. That's because I didn't fall into the river.
Why?
If you could see the life I've led. But I did not expect things to stay the same even in death. Circe's above. What cowards humans are.
I'm sorry.
That's all right, Holy Maiden. Circe's above. Does this count as thinking till the moment I die?
I have seen too many farewells. Her distress is quite commonplace. There are those who will end their lives over what seems to be the smallest of worries. For some people, this power that I possess is a blessing rather than a curse. But... Cass? Yes, because when placed under time's vast scale, this is a wish that I've held for almost a millennium. My mind might have, but I've never been more firm in my conviction. Now that I've learned about your near-death state. Emerge from your cocoon. May death protect us! Root here.
May as well kill them all.
We have the upper hand.
Stand still.
Thanks for the support.
Didn't hurt.
Enemy data net marker activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Please chant root here. Embrace a new life. May wandering souls find their own way out. I want to make something with it. But what to make? Emerge from your cocoon. Wow, this place is so spacious. Is this the kingdom's vault?
That's fine and all, but we need to lay down some rules. We're not gonna return to the past to steal things. Do we need to enter that doorway to climb even higher?
But how should we get up there? Emerge from your cocoon. The path is blocked yet again.
Oryx's 8 always appears in times like this. How convenient. Look, there's even a platform lift over there. has been left behind, but none of its treasures remain inside.
Make sure you keep it safe.
Wait, what if the miracle suddenly loses its effect?
Mem, do you really want me to answer that?
Stay back! Don't come any closer! Don't come near me!
Huh? Why does he look so... Or is he actually scared?
There's no need to be alarmed. We're just passing by the...
You have a point. While this might once have been the royal vault, it's since been plundered.
You've misunderstood us. We simply heard...
My goodness. Did I I'm sorry to have bothered you. I merely saw a warrior. While that spirit didn't harm me, his blows really packed a hefty punch. Wait a minute. You seem to be quite different from him.
It's a long story.
Thanatos?
Is it possible that he's also...
Death. Could it be that you are here?
Pollux. Is that...
According to the warriors under the Centurion's command, that evil dragon has been dead for quite a while. The curse that condemns people to death didn't originate from it, but they saw a girl within the dragon's embrace, and she is...
Pray tell, where is...
I've heard that the Queen spared no effort in bringing her back to the castle. Her Majesty intends to control all of Amphorius with the... As for whether this rumor is true...
You have my thanks for the... Please, treat this touch as...
You... Are you... Thank you.
This is his...
Then you granted him death. That isn't like you.
I did it out of sympathy, believing that I would...
Sympathy? Sympathy for that youth who tried...
That young man was favored by Talantin, who taught him a move that will defeat any mortal enemy with a single blow. He could rely on that move to always achieve victory during Era Chrysia. However, now that...
You feel that he's
Yes. Since he can never be inferior to others in martial combat, that's why he approached me and pleaded.
You are perhaps feeling lost.
I've seen the people of Idonia stand tall and proud in the face of death. Even before the fated finale arrived, they were already content with the lives that they'd lived. They had such proud expressions. Expressions that made me believe death would be an insult to these mortals if the concept is truly a power that a god had carelessly cast down upon the world. Perhaps death's authority was never meant to exist in this world. Just like...
I won't refute your beliefs for now. It's a fairy tale from a tale told.
What? That means the girl born in the dragon's embrace, the personification of death, Isolde.
I've already had an inkling for a while. My memories only begin after Amen.
Don't look back. Keep moving forward. Always.
Shut up. Even if that girl is evil, It was the both of them, who trapped...
This is...
living ones? Did you hear about the great work that I'm doing?
Great work?
Have you heard of the great name of... You have? Then that's good. During the age of myth, a time likely before your birth, I was the unsurpassed zenith of alchemy that none could reach.
But didn't that...
Oh, looks like... Well, it's true that the missing girl can grant death to mortals. Pollux, the one who delivered her onto this world.
So... This is my guess. The deceased are supposed to drift down the River of Souls until they reach the end of the...
That's right. That's why it's imperative that I bring the dragon back to the mortal realm and make it soar the skies again. I have that final ingredient, the final sacrifice.
What's going on? You did...
I know that I am no longer capable of...
This...
We had been inebriated in Fagusa's feast too long before we began to seek divine. Instead of summoning a supreme god, we encountered a monster unable to rest in peace. These departed, that child is the only person whom I managed to save. Born within the evil dragon's abdomen, she has possessed the talent of death since her birth. She must have been granted to us by the gods as a chance for us to atone for our sins. Please, you must nurture her.
I promise that
By Fagusa above and her mother. Please bless this child.
Oh, like how a transcasteress. That shall be her name.
That's... where my name comes from?
The sound's back.
Living ones, don't waste your time bickering. The Netherrealm's wrath is falling upon...
Black Mister, please fight them with caution.
Be careful not to suffer the same fate as those black tide creatures!
Everyone, hide behind me!
Good times. Never time to say bye. Boom.
Who's here?
Cutting the net.
We have the upper hand. Ready for another?
Relax.
Let me tend your wound.
Thanks. You're too good to me.
As you wish. Embrace a new life.
Cutting the net.
Commencing.
Stand still.
Top one is your prescription!
Thanks. You're too good to me.
There's so many of them.
May death protect us!
Good times. Never time to say bye. Boom.
Enemy
another? Relax.
See the doctor? Vitamin!
I shall remember this woman. Please cherish them as you wish.
May as well kill them all. Stand still.
Let me pen your wound. According to your prescription!
I shall remember this one. Embrace a new life. May death protect us! Lord Mighty? Lord Mighty.
I will find my path of return.
Lord Mighty, I have always wanted to.
I'm the one resisting it. I'll go, that is.
It seems like he's completely focused on It seems his battlefield. Lord Mighty, we're headed for the Matrix inside that tower.
Challenge.
That's right. If we can work together and defeat them,
Let the person who has brushed against death countless times.
Cass, are you...
I'm not afraid. Rather than standing still, taking action is by far the better option.
A little something for everyone.
Make sure you keep it safe. Please calm down. If you were to fall into the icy...
If I was more powerful, I would be... The Rune of Recollection is here. Oh, could it be in that... It's still up to me to step up.
I want to make something with...
Just shout for me when you need... Got it! Just leave it to me!
Mem did it!
The pink squirrel is...
The miracle's range is limited. Please come a little closer.
Aren't I a good fit for Ornyx's priest?
Of course. You're the most competent priest ever. should be behind this door. Is that...
Wow, there are so many of you! It's little Cass and little Grape. Oh, Trian?
This is the first time I've encountered a deceased friend while going upstream in the River of Soul.
It really works like this, just like the other departed spirits we've encountered along the way. I'm also...
Yup, you're right. Trian already, but Trian believed that little... So, Trian has been standing here, at this spot closest to the world of the living, and...
Oh, it must have been...
But according to what Trian said, Trian promised Treevy and Trinan that when little Cass got here, Trian would get the gift ready and be the first person to run it. So, little Cass, we finally finished it.
This is what Lady Treevy once mentioned. The gift for me that you didn't manage to finish.
The Holy Maiden of Yanis. Even when
Trian spent a lot of time.
It's seriously a wonderful drawing. Lady Trian.
This is our flame chase journey.
Little Cass, we don't know what your journey was like before, but little Cass no longer has anything to fear now.
That's right. Only now, when I see Lady Trian's gift, do I realize that it's the first time I've gained so many companions. The first time I picked up the hobbies of crafting and photography. The first time I had dinner with someone else. The first time I wore a dress personally made by Lady Aglaya. The first time I went for a walk with Lady Treevy. Lady Trian. And looking back at all these experiences I never thought were possible, it feels as though the scales of my life had shrunk from centuries and decades down to minutes and seconds. And all of them are so precious. I took countless photos in the past, but they're all black and white landscapes. I don't have a single one with Red. If I had known...
Trian says yes! Trian likes little Cass and would love to take a picture with little Cass.
Sadly, being departed souls, our images cannot be captured in the...
What? Are we seriously going to leave any room for regret?
There won't be. This vivid drawing surpasses any photograph from the world of the living.
Little Cass smiled. Treevy, Trinan, and Trian's wishes finally come true!
I remember you once said that fate is not the flowers that bloom at the end of the road, but where people tread beyond the gate. Now, thank you for bringing me the final key.
Key? Little Cass, why are you talking in riddles all of a sudden?
I have a feeling that soon, this gift of yours will become the key to saving Mister's life.
Wow, that's amazing! Then keep smiling and carry on bravely! Little Cass, Little Gray, everyone, see you tomorrow!
Lady Trian.
The aura of this place. If I go any further, I might lose myself. I must leave now, for the black tide still wreaks havoc in the realm of the living. I have broken free from the chains of death countless times. This time will be no different. Castorus, will you fulfill your duty for the flame chase?
I have yet to make my decision, Lord Mighty.
No matter. Make the choice your heart desires. Even if it takes 1,000 years of waiting, I will continue to fight till I die. Then rise from death till the miracle descends.
There is one more thing you should know, Lord Mighty.
What is it?
Professor Anaxa may have deduced the principles behind the Era Nova. You and I may be reincarnated as strife and death in the next cycle, becoming calamities wreaking havoc upon the world.
I see.
Is that all? Are you going to accept?
Do you have Naz'Reth?
I haven't found it yet. Perhaps I never will.
Then, cease wasting your thoughts on futile matters. Control what little you can. And when fate's inescapable grasp comes, resist it with the strength of your mighty will.
Thank you, Lord Mighty. I will find the right decision.
In the name of strife, may you meet a fitting end.
This must be the alchemical matrix the spirit mentioned. Let's see. Anestia's love.
It seems our sweet Princess Homebody has made up her mind. In that case, seamstress, I suppose I no longer need to deliver your message. My time is rather precious after.
Whether you wish to break free from death or not, please, follow your heart. By the promise you once made, I ask that you fulfill your duty one final time. Castorus, please, live as a human, and die as one.
According to that alchemist, the final piece is supposed to be me. However, he is not... I saw the twins of death in Kefali's memory. And now, the trial of the Hand of Shadow demanded taking the life of your family. I died during that trial, falling before the gate to the new world. And she was consumed with regret over my death, so she used the Titan's authority to reforge my soul. Yet, it also means she has never revealed herself to anyone, hidden away from the entire world. That's because the Titan she became already fell at the start of everything. They died for me. And
You mean...
that's right. The River of Souls is no material river. It cannot be blocked by ordinary means. Only a divine corpse can prevent the dead from reaching the next world. And that's why we have to awaken Pollux from death before we have to reforge its body with the power of...
But Cass, if that
according to those departed spirits. But before we talk about that... No, not from me. The sounds that come from the
I heard that...
I think they must have realized how heavy a price they'd need to pay when they used their divine authority to resurrect a dead woman. That's what they never saw their wish fulfilled and fell so prematurely. All because they want that wish is the reason Pollux's soul still lingers.
So...
We were instead showing things to a strand of yearning that lingers here. Now,
But all of this is just a hypothesis, right? What if we go through...
that's fine. As Professor Anaxa often reminds us, now, the puzzle of Pollux's yearnings, I shall reveal what they have been yearning to know in the alchemic... Lady Trianne has already drawn a picture of mine. Then, let the ritual begin. The objective is complete. That is all. Such is what Professor Anaxa always says after preparing for an alchemic Pollux. I shall lift you from the River of Souls and reforge your soul. But if even the slightest trace of your soul remains, the soul that once ferried me to this side of the shore, Lady Almanette...
Did she recognize you?
I'm afraid she is just another spirit trapped here, like the rest of them. Please, go on.
Yes.
There's no need to worry, Elder.
The world.
I understand that you chose to remain silent about the story to protect Castorus. But you no longer need to hide that story.
Well... Styxia. The pearl of the ocean. Plagued by unwarranted calamity and ravaged by death in the fairy tale. It was the first city-state to shift their faith towards death, even before Idonia did. From where you stand now, I suppose.
Indeed. I cannot imagine that those from the Era Chrysia, blessed with eternal life, could ever yearn for death.
I have pondered the same question, child.
Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent, because all but I still can't take that as the final answer. What a world...
I take it the one who spoke this line was however...
Please enlighten me, Lady Almanette. Though I have your words might truly guide...
You and I are neither warriors nor gentlemen. But what if I reframe it like this?
Love.
No one ever invented the word cherish in the era when life was eternal. The so-called Era Chrysia was an age devoid of both virtue and sin. People did. Perhaps the people of Styxia chose to embrace death not out of fascination, but instead became fixated and obsessed with the impulses.
Therefore, death is not a thing.
That's right, Castorus. If you truly intend to deprive...
I understand. Our limited lifespan shapes all that we know and love. Not even the Death Titan has the right to take that away from humankind again. Bestia's love was the chrysalis of Gold's first blessing. but it most likely wasn't understood by mankind. We only learned to interpret this wonderful gift after Thanos. If the world was bereft of death, then the Queen of Styxia wouldn't have played midwife in delivering me into this world. You wouldn't have welcomed me into Idonia, and Aglaya would never have invited me to join the Flame Chase journey. And I thank you, Mother. I will use all the love I've experienced in this long life to complete the final miracle. My teacher, Anaxagoras, grant me the wisdom of all things. I call upon thee, the stripped dead dragon's corpse. Rises from the earth, falls from the sky. As above, so below. This is the greatest power of all powers. Unstoppable in this world. The great work that commands all death. I shall grant you embrace.
May as well kill them all. This won't take long. Good times never last. Time to say bye.
Enemy data secured. Network is active. Time for good old counterattack. Commencing support. Ready for another?
Relax.
Need a doctor?
May death protect us! There's no more need to weep in grief. I will grant you peace.
Enemy targets detected.
Stand still.
Let me tend your wounds.
May death protect us! Oh, death. Sleep in peace. I'm sorry I have to wake you up from ancient death. And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid. Do you remember me? I'm the girl you once carried across the Sea of Souls. I'm sorry I wasn't able to remember you, but with the help, I'm back, Pollux. I know this might not be what you wanted, but I have to do this. So please, carry me across the Sea of Souls again and return me to the Netherrealm, just like you did in the past. Please take me to where the core flame of death rests. I'll be going now. They may look scary, but as long
What's wrong?
Are you...
What's wrong with him?
His time is almost up. If I don't go now,
What? Oh no. Is there...
don't worry. I promised I would ask Thanatos for the Trailblazers' right to roam. Mem, stay here and keep a close watch until I return.
Alright. I'm the best at taking care of others. Go on, Cass. Make sure not to leave yourself with any regrets.
It's a deal then. Please. Wait for me.
After all, that you still ended up back here.
So the legends were true. The Netherrealm really is a sea of flowers.
Yes. Just like the flower fields we tended to back then.
Is that you, Plexia?
Do you remember me?
I don't have the memories from that time, but I've seen you before during an experiment.
I see. Call me Thanatos, then. However, since you recognize the name...
Yes. I'm here to reforge the order of life and death in Amphorius.
You know, my sister was a sympathetic, but rather sensitive person. Whenever she didn't want to say what was on her mind, she... just like what you are doing now.
Can you tell me about the last Era Nova? What did you do, Polixia?
A long, long time ago, there were a pair of like-minded twins. As foretold in the prophecy, they were chosen to be successors to the god of death. But fate was cruel. The price of attaining divinity was to take the life of a family member with our own hands.
That trial was indeed recorded in that memory.
Then you should already know that my sister voluntarily gave up her own life, so that I could ascend as the demigod of death. But I couldn't accept that. Why did we have to kill each other for a future she'd never see herself? That's not fair. So, while weaving the laws of the new world, I shattered the forbidden bottom line for life and death. I reshaped my sister's soul and took the form of the great dragon Pollux to carry her up the River of Souls and back into the mortal realm. But our fates were already decided and manifested in unexpected ways, and aging is an unbreakable law of nature laid upon humankind, created at the same time as death. When the living die, if the Reaper raises their left hand, the soul is granted death and allowed to enter the Netherrealm to await reincarnation. If they raise their right hand, the soul is rejected by the Netherrealm and returned to the mortal realm.
That's why the Hand of Shadow can only lay down judgment and not embrace another being.
Yes. Death was originally a pair of hands, but they were split in twain when we reached the mortal realm, never to touch each other ever again. The half of Thanatos that represents life, the undying human who grants death, that was the curse I forced upon you.
Then, what about you?
As the half of Thanatos representing death, I shoulder the fate of defying death. I died the moment I entered the world of the living. From then on, my Titan also no longer existed in this world. The cycle of life and death stopped. Souls were denied their audience with death, and were left stranded within an ever-rising river. What irony. My selfish desire to save your life gave you and the world. Then, what was left of my reason was left behind in the Netherrealm, where I've been taking care of these flowers day after day, until there is now a sea of them, all while mulling over the subject of life, death, parting, and enduring in endless loneliness.
Fate is absurd indeed. Our lives were a mirrored image of one another. Like a pair of hands, we walked different paths.
I had hoped. I'm sorry.
I lived my life well. It didn't.
Even though I forced the authority of granting death to humanity.
Too many responsibilities were forced upon me. But I realized recently that if it weren't for your blessing, I wouldn't have made it here to reunite with my missing half. I wouldn't have understood the meaning.
The meaning of our
This sea of flowers blooms on dead land, because we sowed it with the seeds of our separation and watered it with our tears of loneliness. Yes, the only thing death is allowed to. That's why Thanatos cannot create living beings at will. Nor can the Hand of Shadow determine a person's remaining day, because the life and death of mortals should never be.
Are you saying there's no...
No. no single being can bear the scales of life and death weigh equally heavy. We both know that now, don't we?
You, too, must have had a difficult life. We've taken quite a ridiculous journey together. I had a feeling, even back then, that we would meet again one day. Want to embrace one another after a long separation, but to come in search of retribution. Tell me the answer that's already been written, and let us draw this seemingly endless. It's been far too long. I've waited here for centuries, watching day after day. I always hoped I would see you among them. But...
I know. But you don't have to shoulder death's authority on your own anymore. It was always meant to be held in two hands anyway. So, let's give our core flame to him, and have him take it back to the mortal realm. Give humanity back their cycle of life and death. Our responsibility as Thanatos was never about picking out favorite souls. We were only meant to watch over life. Let's tend the field together, and create a warm sea of flowers for all the souls to come. What do you think, Polixia?
yes, just one last step. You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn as foretold by the prophecy. Thanatos' authority is only destined for only one person to wield. As the Chrysos heir of death, as their demigod, as a titan, our fated moment has arrived.
Just like before.
Yes, just like before, but unlike that time. Yes. As to complete your trial in this life, grant you've been tempered by life and death, like a raven butterfly.
I will. After this, I will remain permanently in the Netherrealm. The River of Souls shall return here and rain down from the sky, scattering souls across the earth. The cycle of life and death will flow once again. The sea of flowers you sowed shall bear countless joyous or sorrowful souls, and bloom evermore.
Just one last thing. Can you?
Of course.
Please. Don't forget me.
I promise you, when we meet in the next world, even if we do not know each other's names, I will still hold you tightly in my
Casterus. Casterus, you're as beautiful as a fleeting butterfly.
I will bring rest to death. And from now on, stagnant life will once again flow.
Time flies. In the blink of an eye, when this farce is over, your soul will be placed...
No need to ask so many times.
Then why do you drag your feet?
I simply find them too noisy.
Such harsh words.
I couldn't agree.
Oh.
I know myself better than you think.
And they say men whose ends are nigh have but kind words. Well, that is exactly what...
Should I thank you for the compliment?
The hour of the trial has come. Do you...
I suppose there is no point in putting...
You were saying that Amphoria...
Indeed. The demigods that bear the core flames eventually become the new titans at the world's end. Remember what happened on the Holy Mountain? Calypso, Naias. As their destined ends approached, one by one, they left this. Unfortunately, while their journey is consistent with ours, you and Calypso, as well as Nikador and Naias, act as supporting evidence. I can only come up with a rough sketch for my theory of a cyclical history. For all the pains I took to reach this point, I had already lost hope of ever obtaining definitive proof. That is, until I made a... If Castorus was truly sent from the past to the present for the Titan's self-serving reasons, then having lived through 2 cycles, and with Styxia as the pivot, she will no doubt be the link to... If the Twins of Death can bridge 2 cycles to reunite at the shores of the Sea of Souls, then my hypothesis will no longer be just a hypothesis.
Well, that is all well and good, but how can you be...
It matters not. The most important quality a scholar must possess. Besides, I, an Exagoras, am destined to overturn this farcical world. Come, let us go and teach.
Watch this magic trick.
Fine. So they are leaving the final debate to him.
Let those Chrysos heirs who started this terror, let them hear the voices of the...
As always, that woman knows how to stir up a crowd.
Professor Anaxa.
Everyone must cast their vote, or this assembly...
Prof, do you truly think it's...
Akama has stood strong under this system for 1,000 years, but that is not what you're asking, is it? What you really want to know...
Nothing?
I didn't spend all those years teaching you for nothing. Most people only take 4 years to grow.
To tell the so...
No, I don't. Because that question is not yours to ask in the first place. Is Aglaya entrusting the world to you the right decision? Don't make me laugh. That is a question that woman must answer herself. Listen up. I'll say this only once. Flip your perspective around and ask yourself this instead. What should I do to ensure that the world doesn't stray from the correct path? You still have time, so give it some thought. Tell it to those begging for self.
Got it. Thank you, Professor.
That's an Exagoras.
Who?
That'll depend on how well you perform.
Elders and citizens, silence, if you please. Advinin of Ides Elysiae, virtuous citizen.
Much obliged, Lord Lycus.
I remember him. He's the penny...
Where's Lady Goldweaver? Why is she sending this guy to...
Can this dude really face down kindness?
Spy carefully above. As you look upon me, I see your fear and misgivings. Yet, before you contemplate something as grand as the fate of the world...
What?
Hydes Elysiae, my beloved hometown, is a village forgotten by time. How I wish I could invite all of you to... Because she... and all that she nurtured... I will never forget the day the black tide struck. My father, Hieronymus, fought with a broken sword to his last breath to protect his child. My mother, Aldada Galba, he was a hunter. But in the end, those arms that once drew a bow instead embraced Piso. And what of Livia, her daughter? Did she make it out alive? No. She didn't. They kept saying the same thing over and over. Why, Finan? Aren't we the best of friends? That is the Black Tide. A looming threat that can bring Akima to its knees any time. Much as it pains me, I must disappoint you. While the demigod, by now the name of that black-robed swordmaster, the Flame Reaper, has likely echoed throughout the city already. The roaring thunder is a message from the Strife demigod. The Flame Reaper has risen from death, and they hunger for the core flames of the gods.
Lies! If such a powerful enemy...
Exactly! The city of Akima shows no signs of pandemonium or chaos. No! This peace we enjoy is no gift of fate. We are able to stand here today only because the Chrysos heirs have stepped up and shielded Akima from calamity. The Council of Elders claims that Aglaia will one day forsake the people because her divinity is eroding her body and soul. But ask yourselves this. Rather than offering her aid and support, why do they choose to watch and push Akima away from the Flame Chaser? The answer that no one can bring themselves to speak of. A truth stained in blood and buried in greed, fear, and vanity. Allow me to lay it bare before you. It is because the Council of Elders, which bears Akima's history and honor, along with this citizens' assembly we once took so much pride in, are now infested with vermin.
You insolent...
It is true that Aglaia has reached her limit. Why? Because she has been working tirelessly to weave the defenses of our holies. Not once has she ever failed Akima. Yet these vermin attempt to tear her apart, tarnishing her name with unfounded allegations. She may have been blessed by divinity, but has in her heart they attempt to mislead you and reduce this assembly to a crude standoff between gods and humans. But examine them closely. Beneath all that finery, make your judgment. Then turn your gaze to the demigods, whom so many of you regard as cold and merciless. Do you not see the light of humanity in them? And those who wear the mask of humanity, yet utter only hurtful, slanderous words. Can you not see that? Yet, no matter what your answer is, and no matter who your vote goes to, for Aglaia, Trebios, and I, and this vow, will stay true until the end of our days. A steadfast and unwavering promise.
At the present time, on the scales of Talenton, those who call for the continuation of the flame, each faction holds an equal share of...
As expected. This is the moment when the...
And now, it's sealed.
Is there anyone else who hasn't voted?
No, you're the last.
I have long since...
Very well.
You've done well, Finan. Given the circumstances, delivering a rousing speech to stir up emotions. Thank you all for your patience. On behalf of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany and the scholars of Amphorius. But before that, in the interest of fairness, Lady Goldweaver, I pose a question. Will you, as Finan has promised, stand by the decision made in the Assembly, regardless of outcome?
In the interest of fairness, I make no promises, lest it should influence your decision.
Very well. I thank you for your...
What's he doing?
The stakes are high. Let's be...
Cut the act! Who do you think you are wasting our time like this?
Lord Anaxa, please do not forget that I...
Rule number 1. Do not call...
Just vote already. What are you waiting for?
I cannot help but wonder, is every hardship in the world something you will exploit and...
How else am I supposed to make use of this situation where my body and soul are separated? Oh, Circes. Let us journey to the Netherrealm and see how she will substantiate the answer to your question. We need only to follow the sound of the tides. You...
Well done, child. Just as I...
Teacher.
What a twist of fate. A blasphemer, raised in the doctrines of the Venerate. You cherish the truth, even... So, child, do not be troubled by the criticisms I have. As the sage of the Venerationists, I am duty-bound to oppose you. Go forth. Go now, child. Your lonely pursuit. And when you reach the end of this journey...
You have my word, sir.
May Circe say...
You are right, Empedocles. My lonely... May we meet again.
What are you waiting for?
Silence! Silence, everyone!
Behold, Circes. Here at the... For this place is but one...
Professor, I completed the proof you wanted.
Thank you, Castorus. The answer is plain as day. My vote goes to the Flame Chase journey and nothing else!
Elder Kindness,
I have deciphered the truth of this world!
shattered. The result is
No! Anexa, what? I hope you are prepared for the harsh punishment.
Have you forgotten?
You put on such a grand performance.
Performance? No. You are quite... If you really understood me, Lady Kindness, you'd realize that I never had any interest in you. Because I...
Lady Kindness, with all the citizens here as witnesses, we should honor the spirit of democracy. I have observed that Akama has chosen her destiny. This citizens' assembly has resolved to continue the flame chase journey. This resolution shall be put up on the wall.
You!
It seems not everyone is ready for the assembly to end. By your leave.
Enter. Elders and citizens, your attention, please. What is this performance?
Just moments ago, all of you made a decision on the fate of M4. But I regret to say that I still harbor doubts about this. Tell me, who among you dare swear to Kefali's name that Era Nova will truly welcome the fairy tale ending that the crisis...
Not!
No one? Very well. You, the one acting so wise and profound. No? Fine. Next.
What are you trying to do?
Useless. Your turn, then.
Hey! Mind your tongue!
So, no one? I see. In that case, fine then. Answer me this.
Professor, what are you doing?
Let him continue with his performance.
Will you look at that? Even Finan and Aglaya lack the courage to make such a prom. And what's even more absurd is that no one but I can promise you this new world. And yet, the Assembly passed the resolution anyway. But you needn't worry, because I knew better than to trust you good-for-nothings. That is precisely why I am here today. To give you one... Now listen up and listen well. I, Naz'Reth of the Grove of Epiphany, hereby declare... everything that the Flame Chase journey promises is true! Finan of Ides Elysiae, the prophesied demigod who shall succeed Kefali, will reforge each and every one of us in the new world with his complete, intact memories.
What?
The core flame-bearing titans were the Chrysos heirs of yesterday. And the Chrysos heirs who carry the core flames today will become the titans of tomorrow. All of our souls shall endure for eternity in the miracle of the World-Bearer. And all under Kefali's protection shall step into that new world.
This is your blasphemy!
What? Are you saying that we must bow down to you and worship you? Enough, you blasphemous imbecile! How dare you try to deceive us with all these lies?
I told you, don't interrupt me. But since you've asked, I shall be kind and indulge you. My statements are based on my experiment. You heard me correctly, everyone. With the tacit approval of Kindness and the Council of Elders, I fused my soul with the god through alchemy and learned the truth behind Era Nova.
What is he talking about? Isn't that pure blasphemy?
I, the vile, wretched blasphemer, deserve nothing less than death for my sins. And the Council of Elders, which granted me consent and aided in committing this atrocity, should face punishment alongside me.
By the gods, even Kindness has betrayed.
The kindness. We're carefully involved.
I had no knowledge of his transgressions. He did that on his own. Lord Lygus, as the esteemed Theoros, are you going to simply stand by and allow the Council of Elders to be dragged through the mud?
If the accusation is true, I will acknowledge it. If not, my conscience stands unburdened. Lady Kindness, the reputation repercussions await those who fool the people, and punishment must be meted out on those who abandon
you.
Lady Aglaya, the Gold Weaver, I humbly ask that you take on the responsibility of overseeing this judgment in the name of the faith. Considering the circumstances, and in accordance with Akima's codex, as the only demigod among us, you shall...
The honor is mine. Elders and citizens, Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has made his statement clear. First, Elder Kindness of Akima and Lygus the Theoros stand accused of neglecting their duties, and in the names of Talantan and Kefili, Akima is to form a committee before the 7th action hour to conduct an investigation and disclose... Curse. Now, concerning Anaxagoras, in the names of Talantan and Kefili, the accused must be allowed to hear the people's voice prior to the execution for a chance of...
Professor.
Let him die!
What?
Enough with the hesitation, Aglaya.
Let him die!
Then, in light, O Talantan on high.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I bore the name of Castris while walking among the mortals. And now, I stand as the demigod of death, the living side of Thanatos. Welcome to my realm, where the west wind ends. Every departed soul who has arrived here has expressed the same. Did you know? Every flower here was planted by Thanatos themselves. These flowers were... And it is my duty as the Master of Death to tend to their well-being and foster their growth in this serene haven. Similar to the structured cycle of life and death in the mortal world, these flowers too shall wither and fade, returning to the earth and then ascending to the sky with mist. Eventually, they will descend to the mortal land as gentle rain. Every soul undergoes... Yet, sadly, there's no time left for Amphorius to wait. Now, death is the power at my fingertips. It once led the souls of the deceased here, but I shall open the gate of the netherworld and return in exchange. Please, take the core flame of death with you and complete the flame chase journey. Do not let... Rest assured, defying death is Thanatos' divine authority. Fortunately, your soul hasn't dissipated. This is not a resurrection, but the extradition of a dying person back to the present world. Just like the other demigods, I will stay here. That being said, it is not easy to guide a lost soul back to the mortal realm. The whispers of death are sweet and alluring. If you... Please consider this a one-time exception. I will do everything in my power for the flame chase journey. and for your life, the only life I can save. I am glad to hear that.
Over here!
I believe in you.
I beg you, look back for me. Death is such a sweet joy. I beg you, look back for me. Death is such a sweet joy. Look back for me.
Lift your chin up high and step forward with us toward tomorrow!
Nice.
Please, I beg you, look back for me. Just forget, I beg you, the hardships. Look back for me.
Nice.
Nice. Nice. Nice. Nice. Nice.
That's right. Keep your eyes on the dawn.
Onward. Show me your courage.
Partner, we shall become heroes together.
this is proof that you once lived. Your soul, your memories, the years you've journeyed through, and the path they revealed, leading you back home. So, continue onward. Do not stop moving forward, and do not let her sacrifice and the support of all who have stood by you be in vain.
Over here, friend!
Take my hand. Let's go home.
At last, I knew you could do it. Your soul is still perfectly whole, as if some kind of force is trying its best to keep it together. Is it Ornyx's final blessing? Or is it a miracle of your own? It's truly... Perhaps it is fate, once again fulfilling its own design. Or perhaps it is the laws from beyond the sky, so familiar to you, that intertwined our fates long ago. It seems that this is the riddle which cannot be solved anytime soon. The sensation of becoming a demigod is truly wondrous. Do you recall that prophecy? At the end of the Sea of Flowers, the souls of the living shall warm thy fingertips, and after an embrace, I promised you that I would do everything in my power to give it another meaning. Now I can finally end it in a way that is as the wish I once sought, but could never grasp is now within reach. In this every touch, every embrace we share, will never again be an ice-cold loss. They will radiate with an intense warmth, sowing love far and wide throughout the land. The other shore is very cold. May I borrow your warmth one last time? Thank you for fulfilling this wish of mine. The place I'll be going to is what humans call the Land of Sorrows. But with this heartbeat and the residual heat of this embrace, I shall turn the nether realm into a gentle place of rest. This embrace may be brief, but it's the proof that I once lived. Farewell, then. May we reunite in the new world.
That grand and absurd performance was what you've been seeking your whole life?
I gave up everything in search of truth. You, on the other hand, performed as I expected.
Crave power, like a
Those are your words.
But what you said at the end, did you already...
I may have lost an eye, but my vision is clearer than anyone else.
That's true. I've long since burned to ash over the past 1,000 years. Only he is capable of unleashing a raging fire that rivals our...
So, this is our last chance. How about we let go of the bad blood between us? May I resonate with your core flame?
Please do.
That's impossible. To persist with your soul thinned to such an extent. You're insane.
Just as you fight to lug your corpse onward to complete your own... Until Finan grows into his position as the prophesied leader,
I've long predicted this was the case. How ironic. We would have avoided... But casting aside our ideological differences...
Finan.
Yes. He was born to be a hero. He understands the hearts of the people. And... sadly, he is a man cursed by Nestia. But, by my estimates, his horribly elaborate sense of style should not impede Era Nova.
Congratulations are in order.
When you put it that way...
Glaya, we're back. Come welcome our great hero reborn from the ashes.
I hope he didn't hear your earlier assessment.
It wouldn't be the first time I criticized him.
I'm gladdened by your triumphant return. But I don't see Castress.
It looks like she not only helped me prove my theory, but helped you fulfill your mission as well.
She might not have been able to change her fate, but she's still dreaming. Please, recite the prophecy for us. Trailblazer, please surrender that scalding cool flame for us as well. You are the only life she ever saved by her own hand in her 1,000 years on this earth. I believe no one is more qualified for this noble task.
Who have returned, and gods who are still watching. Today, we bring you a soul laid bare. The Hand of Shadow, Thanatos, remembered their name from the past. From daylight, and there was one who joined hands with the Titan. A traveler risen from the dead, and reborn among mortal kind. He is the everlasting night, and shall now proclaim in his good name, O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world, we seek your divinity. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy. Step forward, trailblazer from beyond the sky, and together with us, surrender the core flame and carve their star into the sky.
A constellation for death.
For life and death, to be more precise.
Look! It's...
No, it's only a divine echo. I think she's here for the trial.
What did she say?
That's the language of the Titans. Casterus. No. They said, I have illuminated the cold shadow of death.
Onwards. For your path to the future is bright and its flame eternal. Do not forget.
She made...
I won't stop you.
Professor.
What's with that look? So, let's get this execution over with. We would...
You never change. I don't understand. If your theory is correct, you'll lose all memories of your past life once you become a Titan.
Of course there's a point. Even if it goes without saying, I'll find a way to retrieve memories of my past life. Besides,
I still don't really understand what you said during the assembly. Even if it...
Then allow me to tell you right now, what exactly are we? My answer is that the Christ... So, what are we when it comes to regular mortals? The very essence of the world, our souls, are tiny invisible seeds that hold records of each person's memories of the world.
Is that what...
Correct. Once our physical bodies are born, we become new extensions of the world. From there, we plant our... Just as seeds are affected by their environment, so too will our appearances differ across memories. To destroy our very existence, one must destroy. That person is you, child of Kefali. This soul, carry everything of this world and live on. And especially, don't...
Anaxa,
That is all I have to say.
Farewell, great performer.
Are you satisfied, Honorable Titan?
Very. I hereby swear I have borne witness. Anaxagoras. Thus, I shall confer upon you these words. You shall transcend the peaks of purity.
Oh, so that's a god's prophet. Oh, Circes.
Well, you've already transcended. But I did.
What is it?
As you've so boldly stated, we and the world itself live on through the memories of others. If that is the case...
But we should allow the children of humanity...
Rejoice, Circes. Sow the seeds of suspicion in the new world with your soul!
And now, the objective is complete. That is all.
Thankfully, She's still alive. Was March 7th also in this condition when she was first rescued by the Express? But she still woke up naturally. Looking on the bright side, that might happen this time as well. I do not have conclusive evidence, but judging by her current condition, perhaps March 7th's memories have been hijacked. Think about it, Miss Himiko. What will happen when some... Unfortunately, short-term memory is an entirely different concept from the... But an individual who has lost their ability to remember turns into nothingness. The belief of the Garden is that everything in this universe can be interpreted through memories. This is the past is made up of memoria, while the future is a possibility that will eventually be converted to memoria. But, therefore, when a person is affected by the path and loses their ability to remember, their... Is Miss Himiko suspicious of me? In other words, now is the time for me to prove my innocence. That's not a problem, of course. The true reason behind my intentions is that Amphorius holds special significance. A world that can only be seen through the Garden's mirror means that Memo Keepers have the right to keep the world in their private collection. If those Pathstriders of Remembrance were to uncover the secrets of Amphorius first, they might unleash their wild ambitions and remodel more worlds into a similar form. I chose to remain quiet before, because I did not want... You can be even bolder with your guesses. The people that I'm talking about, they aren't just individuals. They are an organization that has already attached itself to the pinky finger of Fu Li. I cannot be certain, but I am deeply sorry about what has happened to March 7th. But the deal that I propose still remains a fair one. Amphorius is still an excellent destination. And invest Miss Himiko. The wisest choice right now is for us to continue cooperating. Let me take back a part of what I said just now, Miss Himiko. Although we indeed struck a deal, it seems like I have involved you in some unforeseen danger. Please accept my deepest apologies. It's Fu Li. Their gaze has just swept across Amphorius.
How interesting. I never expected a mere memo snatcher to be actually hiding so much inside her head. What's even more interesting is that the word Amphorius has appeared in her subconscious.
This lady seems to be having fun. Is she usually like this?
It's, hard to explain.
What are you two whispering about? Has it not occurred to you that I can hear everything clearly?
Oh, please pardon me, Madam Herta. Would you mind sharing with us what you've discovered?
The ones who need help are the Astral Express. You will have to put up with my methods, even if they are rather unconventional. The ones who need help are the Astral Express. You will have to put up with my methods, even if they are rather unconventional. Let's get back to the topic. By using the fourth mirror, I rummaged through the brain of this memo snatcher and learned a good deal. Not only does this person know of Amphorius, but there are also many memo keepers who are interested in the place. searched through her consciousness and found the following terms: the Eternal Land, the Rejected Land, and the private collection of the Garden of Recollection.
It seems like Miss Black Swan is indeed hiding some things from us.
Since I'm not able to find any useful clues from the outside, why don't I personally visit this mysterious Emporius?
Planning to head to Amphorius yourself?
Yes, but not in the flesh like you all foolishly did. See these Herta mirrors? With them, I can project my data spirit entity to any corner of the cosmos through spatial warps, without even needing to leave my room. But of course, these corners of the cosmos must be within the coverage zone of inter-astral peace communications. After all, this is collaborative technology.
I see. You do seem like the more indoor type.
Although that star zone is not within the network of the IPC, the Express itself can serve as a signal station. Come, give me the astral chart coordinates. Then, sit back and enjoy the show. All right, now that everything is ready, mirrors, get to work.
Thank you, Madam Herta. Companions are the lifeblood of the Astral Express. When things are settled, we will repay you for all your help.
Well, this young man sure is courteous.
Madam, watching you work has been an enlightening experience for me. It's hard to imagine that an outstanding scholar like you could maintain such a relaxed manner most of the time. Your calm and collected nature is truly a trait that I should learn.
This rat. Why does everything that comes out of his mouth sound so snarky? First mirror, input the coordinates. You'll be in charge of the spatial warp.
As you command, Madam Herta. The preparations are complete.
Second mirror, prepare for the thought refraction. There's still some distance from the Astral Express to the Amphorius celestial body. This time, raise the power to the maximum. Don't be stingy.
Oh, okay. I will.
Third mirror, you're in charge of generating the data.
I'm happy to help, Madam Herta. What kind of appearance are you planning to use this time?
Good question. Forget it. Just use my own appearance. There's no one there that'll recognize me anyway. As you wish. Preparation of the data spirit entity complete. Thought refraction at max power. Excellent. First mirror.
Have a safe trip, Naz'Reth.
May your journey yield good results.
Coordinates input complete. Preparing to activate. Spatial warp count. Warp activate.
Oh! So that's Amphorius? Its appearance sure is unique. Second mirror. Prepare for thought. Alright, please. Can't you hurry up?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't expect it to be so turbulent. I should have asked the second mirror to use slightly less power. What a magnificent sight! Is this the entrance to Amphorius? Let's see. Perhaps. What's this? Oh, I finally found your traces. How esteemed must you be for the great Herda to come out personally? When we return, get ready to become free labor for the simulated universe for the rest of your lives. What's this? How creepy. Oh, it moves? Who are you trying to scare? It's either a projection or a fake. There doesn't seem to be much to take note of. Now then, how am I going to get into Amphorius? Take a look. This is your genius in action.
Deepest apologies, esteemed lady. I'm afraid that you cannot proceed further.
Who's there?
Your visit, although not part of my calculations, is a pleasant surprise. It's a pity that the preparations are not yet in place to receive you with the hospitality that someone of your status deserves.
Are you not going to answer my question?
I have many identities. And I'm the Lycurgus. Lygus.
All right, Lygus. But you can't possibly...
Regrettably, I do not have the... However, standards are always flexible. While not violating the ultimate agreement, I'm able to disclose this piece of information. Now, please, kindly turn back. Amphorius is not a world that you should be involved with, regardless of what kind of magnificent achievements you have accomplished. This place will not open its doors so easily.
You seem to understand me very well. Then you should know that I have no reason to listen to you.
Your reaction is completely within my calculations. Despite my long years as a watcher, it seems like my assessment of human nature still remains accurate. From you, I'm able to sense a beautiful desire for knowledge. But my answer remains unchanged. Madam?
Let's assume for a second that I'm not so well-mannered, and that I insist on uncovering the secrets hidden behind you, Mr. Lygus. Do you plan to dispel this notion of mine?
Within the scope of the ultimate agreement, there are 178,244 logic chains, and after filtering through them, I have determined that I only require 3 to attain the results that I desire.
Oh? I'm all ears.
First, for reasons that cannot be disclosed, Amphorius is a completely isolated celestial body. Apart from me, no one else will be able to help you enter.
That's not a good argument.
Second, if your plan is, as you've alluded to previously, to force me, just like you, I have basked in the gaze of the erudition. I stake my honor and assure you that in the worst case scenario, our mutual destruction will be inevitable.
Oh, no wonder I couldn't find a back door. When I did a scan of our surroundings, the safety protocols on you are comparable to Screwy's. How interesting.
Assume that you still wish to...
Of course. Why wouldn't...
Third, even if you exhaust all your means and find a way to... You will surely give up once you understand the consequences of your actions. After all, throughout your long life, as much as you'd hate to admit, your conscience has played...
What a brazen rope. But since you put it that way, why don't you
It concerns the third path that is entangled with Amphorius. A path that you and your friends still very much lack understanding of. The destruction. So you will break the shackles of a Lord Ravager. And when that happens...
Everyone needs some time alone.